So I was thinking, since Rancho Del Arroyo is coming out tomorrow on Call of the Wild for Council, what I want to do is I want to try and hunt as big of whitetail and as big of a mule deer buck as we can in the Hunter Classic. And then I want to go out to Call of the Wild and try and find as big of whitetail and as big as mule deer as we can. I think it would be kind of cool, get us all prepared and psyched up for the new map coming out tomorrow on Council. Well, we just got eyes on our first muley out here, and what's kind of odd about this situation here is there's 3 does and 1 random buck. I mean, he's not a very impressive buck, and we're probably actually not even going to take the shot on him because he's so small, but he is a buck, and that's pretty cool because he's with 3 does. Hold up, we got more bucks coming back here. Check that out. That is a really good buck. I honestly couldn't tell you how big he is, but I know for sure there's a whole massive herd of bucks back there. There's for sure like a 160 plus. For sure. But I don't know how big he is. Is that a non-typical? The first mule deer buck that we see is a non-typical. A tiny non-tip, but that's a non-typical. Okay, I tell you what, we're gonna get a little bit closer here and try and get in a better position to be able to take down this non-typical mule deer buck. But not only that, there was also like a 160 plus, maybe potentially a 170 plus muley in this herd as well. So I don't really know which one we're gonna go for first, but I know we're definitely not gonna pass up an opportunity on that non-tip because he's pretty cool looking. And check that out right there, guys. That's the giant buck that I saw right there. 180 to 205, so he's definitely a 180 plus buck. And there's the non-tip. There's the non-tip. We got a non-tip and a 180 plus muley buck right here, guys. I don't even know like what to do at this point. But there's the big buck. You know what? This is not Call of the Wild, guys. I'm not leveled up, so I'm shaking like crazy. It's gonna be very, very difficult to take this and to pull this off. I am not gonna lie about that. This is gonna be incredibly difficult. Oh, man. What's our camouflage like here? Not good. Okay, then. Ideally what my goal was is to try and take down that big buck with the bow and then take down the non-tip on the run with the 9.3, which it's definitely doable. It's just I'm wobbling like crazy right now because I'm not leveled up super high with this rifle. We jumped something up. I don't know which one we jumped up though. Oh, there's our big buck. There's our big buck. Okay. Well, we might have messed up our chance at the non-tip, but our big buck is right here. We're not gonna mess that up. I see his rack sticking up right there. We'll try and tuck underneath this tree here, get a little bit of cover, crouch up, and try and pull this off. Look at that thing. He's probably like a 195, maybe bigger. He's an incredible buck. But what's cool about this is actually, if we get him to come in and make a nice shot, by the time we get him, that non-tip should be coming back in. We just gotta take our time and make the right move. It's right there. He's in range. Man, we got a ton of sway on that shot. I think we got him though. I think we got intestine, to be honest. We had a ton of delay when I tried to pull the trigger. Typically you squeeze the trigger and it goes off, right? So I squeezed the trigger in the center of the heart and it didn't go off. Then I started sliding to the right and that's when it went off. And that's pretty much exactly what happened there. So yeah, we drilled that thing right in the shoulder blade and I think we got intestine, which it would take it down, but it wasn't ideal. But check that out right there, guys. That is our non-tip. 190 yards out, and let's see if we can't take him. Holy, I'm shaking like crazy. He's hit hard. He's hit real hard. I wouldn't say we absolutely drilled him because he didn't drop, and we hit him with a freaking 9.3. So you would think that he would drop from that, but can't imagine he's gonna go too far. Yeah, it's gonna be a body hit, man. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna mark our non-tip. He was like right there. And then we're gonna go over here and track down this massive muley that we got, which we didn't hit too great. Okay, so that's one thing that's really cool about Hunter Classic versus Call of the Wild. It's so realistic. But because we took a shot at that non-typical with the rifle, we actually jumped up this buck. So when I started tracking it again, it didn't have enough time to go down. And we've been tracking it for, oh geez, I couldn't even tell you, at least 400 yards, maybe 500 yards. And right now, all we're getting is fleeing tracks. So I had to back off a little bit and actually give it time to go bed down. Which is super, super realistic. As you can see here, that's a fresh track 1 minute to 7 minutes ago. So that means he just ran through here. So if you don't give him enough time to bed down, you just keep chasing them across the entire map and they will not go down. So one thing that I do suggest doing if you make a bad shot and you start run tracking the buck and you notice he keeps jumping up, basically stop for at least like 2 minutes and then start walk tracking them. You can walk track them, you're fine. But once you start run tracking them, that's when they get super excited and they jump up. Finally, after about a half a mile of tracking, we found our massive buck down here. And man, is he a good one. But also, man, did we not make a good shot. A horrible shot. But again, I'm going to say this for sure. It was definitely a shot delay. So that's basically what happened. He does have a couple of stickers, so he's going to have some deductions, but still should be a good one. 17 yards away. Okay. That makes me way happier. I thought he was going to be closer to a 200 score, but his estimate was pretty much exactly what he scored. I think he was like 180 to 210 or something. He scored 185.2. But I do want to see where we hit this thing. Oh no, don't go down the hill. Okay, so you tell me, where does it look like we hit this buck? I think what happened is we got the chest glitch. Like if you hit him right in the... I mean, there should be some kind of vitals there. Like in Call of the Wild, that probably would have been a heart shot, to be honest. Either way, we got him. So that's pretty sweet. Big old muley down. All right, so that buck scored 185. That basically means when we get to Call of the Wild, we have to get one bigger than 180 score, which shouldn't be too difficult. But I'm actually gonna round that off to more of like what that would score in Call of the Wild. And I'm gonna say that's gonna be like a 246 plus. So that means we have to get at least a 250 plus to try and beat that buck. So I was just gonna say, I really don't know if we'll have time to hunt for whitetail. And then we got a call from a whitetail buck, which right over there, well, there was a giant, and now apparently there's two whitetails here. This whitetail coming at us here is like a 120s buck, maybe. But the one in the back, that guy right there is a high rack, very, very impressive whitetail buck. Look at that thing. Like a 160 plus probably. So I tell you what, let's try and set up on these guys. And this time, I want to show you that we can make a good shot, and that totally was not my fault that we messed up that shot on that big buck. Now that I know there's going to be a huge delay, we're going to have to try and compensate for that. But I can do that, that's okay, as long as I know. All right, that's our buck calling right there. So we just put out 2 grunts. And we have 2 bucks coming in here. Again, we don't have full cover here, but I think we're gonna call right here and then try and tuck into that brush right over there, maybe 20-25 yards out, and we should be looking pretty good. Let's put out one more call and make a move for it. Try and get on top of this ridge over here. Oh, you know why we don't have full cover? Because I forgot I have my drive camo on. which it's not, I mean, it's camo, but it's army camo, so it doesn't really blend in with this environment degradist, I guess. The heck, how did something get that close to us? Oh, that's a small buck. That's a small buck. I mean, he's not small, obviously. Look at him. He's a decent buck, but he's definitely not anything near like the other buck coming in here. We got pretty close to him, actually. The other buck should be coming in behind him any minute. He's right there. He's gonna come right past us, guys. Big old high rack whitetail buck. He's only about 35 yards out right there, right behind that tree. Now, what's good about this is we're actually laying here prone, but I don't know if we have an arrow in. Okay, yeah, we do. I think he stopped right there. Oh, he stopped. There he is, there he is. Okay, guys, he's 25 yards out. Let's crouch up. Smoked him. That's what I'm talking about. Man, this thing might be a giant, actually. Look at the mass on him. I know he's a high rack, but because he has so much mass, and I do believe he might be... Is he a 7x7? He's a 7x7. So yeah, he might be like a 170 plus. We'll see, we'll see. Got a double lung shoulder blade shot and a 168.6. So pretty much a 170 plus high rack whitetail buck. That is an awesome, awesome buck right there. And the fact that we took him down when I kind of least expected it, like I figured there's no way we're gonna get a chance at a nice whitetail buck here. And all of a sudden I look over the ridge and there's a massive rack coming in. And there he is right there. And that is such a sweet picture too. Look at the mass on that thing. Nice. I like that a lot. I really like that a lot. You know me, we gotta get him mounted. He's an awesome buck and he's a high rack, so there's no way we can't not get him mounted. There's just no way. Now remember, we're still trying to get back over here and find that non-typical mule deer that we shot from before. In fact, I still have him marked over here in the trail that he ran, so we better get over there quick and see if we can't find this thing. Okay guys, so here's kind of a perfect example of the Hunter Classic versus Call of the Wild. We've been recording now for, I think, like 35 minutes. And yeah, we do have a big muley down and a non-typical and a whitetail, but do you realize how fast we could do that same exact thing in Call of the Wild? Like less than 5 minutes, we could have a big whitetail and a big muley down, just like that. So huge, huge difference. Now granted, we didn't hit that one muley very good, but he ran a super, super long ways. In fact, he ran over a half a mile. There's a buck track there too. This could be his track. Come on, show me some blood. There's no way we missed it. Show me some blood, please. Just give me one spot of blood somewhere here. So we came over to find the non-typical, right? And I couldn't find any blood anywhere. Now we just got a call from another whitetail buck down here, so I decided to go prone. But I'm pretty sure that this is our non-tip. It's kind of hard to tell because half his rack is inside this rock here, but that should be him. In fact, I'm like 100% sure it's him because wound time 26 minutes ago, we couldn't find one single spot of blood there. But I just started randomly tracking this track and it led us right to him. And I can guarantee you it's him. Look, it's him. So I have no clue like where do we even hit this thing, to be honest, but either way I'm super pumped to have a non-typical muley out of this. I mean, We only wanted 1 mule deer, but I'll take 2. I will definitely take 2, especially if it's gonna be a rare. Check that out. Nice, nice. Just like that. And you can bet that he's definitely going in the trophy lodge too. Such a cool non-tip. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So again, we came over this direction to look for this whitetail because it just grunted down here. Because I was trying to find that non-tip. But here's the thing, like I marked right where it went. We shot it right here and I saw it running this way. And I had tracks going all the way here running, but no blood anywhere. Not even 1 speck of blood. And all of a sudden it led us right up to this rock here where we got a call from a white-tailed deer and he was laying right there. And that was it. And now we're gonna head out here on Call of the Wild. We're out here on Rancho del Arroyo, which is gonna be coming out tomorrow on console. So basically tomorrow, everybody will be able to play this. Alright, so I'm not gonna lie, we passed up a couple of muleys already, but that's because they weren't quite big enough. We've only been hunting for maybe about like 3 or 4 minutes now. We went to 2 different spots and we saw at least like 10 or 15 mule deer. But I told you we need to get one that's gonna be 246 and above. And I think we might have just found one right over there. That should be like a 240 plus. And if he breaks 240s, then he's good enough for me. All right, so we're looking at about 340 right there. I think we could take that shot. Yeah, let's definitely go for it. Looked really good. Oh, there was 2 bucks there. Oh, I kind of figured there might have been 2 bucks there. I think there was actually an even bigger one. I mean, either way, I do believe the one that we got should be plenty big enough to break that 240 mark, so we should be good. And here he is down right here. Is he gonna break 240? You gotta be kidding me. Sucker's gonna be 232. So close to 240s, but you know what? In my books, he's big enough. If we find a bigger one, great. If not, he's big enough. And now we got another nice whitetail buck out here. He's a 185 plus. The whitetail that we got in the Hunter Classic scored 168. So this guy here is gonna beat that one. But to be honest with you, it's been very difficult to find this big of a buck here because we've been hunting the great one so much that we took down a lot of the whitetail bucks in this area. So it was very difficult to find one this big. Let's just say that. It's also going to be tough to take that shot. But I think we pulled it off. So as long as he breaks 185, I'll be happy. And he does in fact break that 185 mark. Apparently we couldn't even hit the vitals because they were behind that tree. So even if we would have hit like 2 inches left, we still would have hit nothing but shoulder blade there. But a 187.6 is definitely a pretty good buck. Now, like I said before, we don't have a lot of big bucks here because we've been hunting for the great one a lot. And so, yeah, pretty much my map is wiped out completely. But anyways, that's going to be it. And you can assure we'll be back here tomorrow. But that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time.